Guess what I got asked? Yep, the classic "what's the deal with this idiom?" Deep dive. I will explain it, and you've got it covered today. Have you ever heard someone say, "I'm going for a deep dive"? It might sound like they're going swimming. The idiom deep dive is often misunderstood because its literal meaning makes no sense. But, in reality, it means to explore or investigate something thoroughly or in depth. To remember the meaning of deep dive, think of a scuba diver going deep into the ocean to explore it thoroughly. Just like that, deep dive means to explore something thoroughly or in depth. Let me share a story using deep dive. John wanted to invest in a new business. He decided to do a deep dive into the company's financials before investing. He explored the company's financial statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements thoroughly to make an informed decision. Fun fact 1. The term deep dive originated in scuba diving, where divers would explore the depths of the ocean. Fun fact 2. The term deep dive is often used in business to refer to in-depth analysis or research. Let me share some example sentences using deep dive. In the first sentence, I need to do a deep dive into the company's financials before investing. Here, deep dive means to explore the company's financials thoroughly. In the second sentence, the journalist did a deep dive into the politician's background before publishing the article. Here, deep dive means to investigate the politician's background thoroughly. Original sentence: I'm going for a deep dive into this project. Rephrase 1. I'm going to explore this project thoroughly. Rephrase 2. I'm going to investigate this project in depth. Let me share a real-life story about the impact of deep dive. A company did a deep dive into their customer data and found that their customers preferred a different product than what they were currently selling. They adjusted their product line and saw a significant increase in sales. Other similar expressions to deep dive include thoroughly investigate, analyze in depth, and examine closely. An opposite expression to deep dive is skim the surface, which means to explore something superficially or briefly. Related idioms include in the weeds, which means to be overwhelmed with details, and on the surface, which means to appear one way but be different underneath. Let me share a story using in the weeds for better understanding. Sarah was working on a project with a lot of details. She got in the weeds with the details and lost sight of the big picture. Here, in the weeds means to be overwhelmed with details. Quiz time. What does deep dive mean? A. To swim in the ocean. B. To explore something thoroughly or in depth. C. To investigate something superficially. Answer: B. Deep dive means to explore something thoroughly or in depth. To summarize, deep dive means to explore something thoroughly or in depth. Remember, it's not about the literal meaning but the figurative meaning of the idiom. Use related expressions like thoroughly investigate and analyze in depth to enhance your English vocabulary.